But we are live on the air right now, so I'm going to start some music.
Cool.
What am I going to play? How about our theme song? Well, hi there. Happy Thursday. It's January the 30th, 2020, and I'm Eric, talking at you once again from beautiful Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada, where we are live. And I don't measure progress by the number of achievements I do. I measure it by how satisfied I am with myself. So by my standards, today was an incredibly productive day.
Well done.
That's my new way of being happy with myself. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our live via Spreaker.com podcast. It's going to take me a little minute to get my bearings here because it's been a while since we've done this. And I unfortunately didn't load up any sound effects for James, so...
Aww.
Next time. How's it going, Gord?
I am doing okay. I'm sick of being sick, but other than that, I'm doing all right. Yeah, that's all I got.
Very nice. I spent obviously we had a little bit of a scheduling, whatever you want to call it, this week. Mm-hmm. I spent last night with a friend of mine who I haven't seen in 10 years, and he's like an old guy now.
Oh, no shit, eh?
Fuck, good thing that didn't happen to me.
Right? Thank you, drugs and alcohol.
As always, I want to give a quick shout out to Mike and the crew at Pit Lane Parlay, the much bigger deal than I thought it was racing podcast. All things IndyCar and racing. Excuse me. Take a pit stop over at Apple Podcasts and leave them a review. And hi to Queenie at CKP Moments and our boys at Thor's Kin, two great podcasts you can listen to on Anchor and Podbean. And that whole thing, maybe go over to Apple Podcasts and leave us a review too, because we've just started over again, we're back to no reviews. So it'd be great if you could leave us one.
Fuck you, Apple.
I don't know exactly how to reconcile the old show with the new show and merge them, and I don't care if I do at this point. So, kind of, we're just starting all over again, which sort of shoots us in the foot numbers-wise, but I'm having a lot of fun with Spreaker. So, I think it's a good choice.
I agree. Fully agree.
And anyone who enjoys us on Anchor or via the channels that Anchor distributes us to, we are still there. We just have two daddies.
I wish we had the music for the theme to My Two Dads. That'd be fantastic.
No sound effects this time. I did want to... Oh, I already screwed up. I wanted to enable the cameras for this.
Oh, shit.
But I forgot to say anything or do that. So,
and for the record, I'm kind of happy with that because I am not being very photogenic right now.
There, I'm...
Just sad.
Oh, no, we're good. Okay, what happened here? All right, let's get on with the show. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, just getting used to navigating the live situation. It's a little strange, but it appears to be going well. So, I want to get off the crappy American stories. I do have one funny one I want to talk about, but I got a ton of shit that I want to get into. Before I do that, I just thought I would kind of sum up what's been going on recently and my attitude of late. It's blatantly obvious that the powers that be are employing certain distraction techniques to try and get people to divert their attention from the fact that the American empire is failing massively. And it's just so blatantly obvious and ridiculous. And these little stories that are getting thrown in our face are really silly. Harry and Meghan and stupid things. And this goddamn coronavirus is the worst of it. Every major country's health officials have come forward and said it's not as bad as the flu. They're trying to make a number sound scary, but it's not. It's the least scary number ever. It's 8,000 people out of a country of 1.5 billion. And
under 8,000. You didn't even hit 8,000.
And it's, there hasn't been a second confirmed case in Ontario. There's a handful all over Canada, but when you look at the number of Chinese people in Canada and the number of people that travel back and forth on a daily basis, the fact that there's less than 100 people here who have it is remarkable. Mm-hmm. And even if that number was more, what difference does it make? It's not as harmful as the flu.
It's not even as harmful as SARS, and SARS was nothing.
Yeah, exactly. SARS was the Y2K of epidemics, and this is going to be less than that. And it's going to be a matter of time. Within weeks, people are going to realize this story is going nowhere, and they're going to forget about it. But I don't understand why the world is jumping all over it and trying to scare people. And it's quite obvious that, we've got a lot going on with China right now. With Huawei trying to take over the 5G thing, that's not just in Canada, that's worldwide. Mm-hmm. And this trade war that's been going on for well over a year now, that it makes sense that right now the Americans are going to try and make China look bad. And it's working, because all the dialogue on most major news organizations has turned to the racism that's stemming from this and the anti-Chinese sentiment that's coming from this stupid non-virus.
It started here in Ontario a couple of days ago. And families that are actually parents that want to force all Chinese children that are in schools to be taken out of school for 21 days. So they don't spread the disease.
See, that's absolutely
that's actually legit. I can't believe even out of those words, but yeah, that actually happened.
I know. It's legit the worst possible scenario that could come from this. And I hearken back to 70 years ago what we did to our Japanese citizens here in Canada because of an American fear.
Yep.
I don't want to start doing that to Chinese people. I'm not saying the Chinese government is good. I'm not saying, defend them or what they do or anything like that. But we can't just start turning on our Chinese-born citizens because of a stupid non-virus story.
China has a whole lot of fucked up shit they're guilty of. Let's just focus on that. We don't need to make stuff up.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely don't need to make stuff up. And there are good people coming out of China. They're not all evil.
No.
Most of them are trained to be evil. They learn evil from a very young age. But nevertheless, I don't want this stupid... As I said, I'm not going to redo the big speech I've got here. I was going to read a big, long speech. What can I... Oh, the hype around the coronavirus is your fault. Sorry, guys. You can't buy into it. This is everything that Gord and I have talked about for 2 years, kind of coming to a head all at once. This is the first one where I was way ahead of the curve, and Gord's right along there with me, although he was pretty worried about the spread too. Although it looks more dangerous because it can spread to dogs, but who does that affect other than Koreans, really? Don't eat your dog to be okay. And I did see, God damn it, I can't believe I saw it. I wish I hadn't, but I did see a couple of posts that I believe you alluded to the last time we talked about it, where people were dumping out Corona beer.
I thought, yeah.
And you people, you just go ahead and keep doing what you're doing. Anyone who thinks the coronavirus came from Corona, you just keep on keeping on.
Drink bleach and as much of it as possible, please. Please. Rid the world of your stupidity.
So don't buy into this. And hey, you guys can call in right now. You can live chat with me on Spreaker.com and give me your opinion of this. That's actually really, really cool. I guess you probably don't have it up, do you, Gord? So I'm not going to text you.
I did. It's my phone keeps shutting off. So.
It's not a big deal.
No. So it's there. I shared it.
I've just never done the live chat before. Well, I've done it. No one's done it with me. Adrian, if you're out there listening, live on Spreaker.com, it'd be great to if you sent us a hey, how you doing? Or you can always call in 604-655-9630. Phone lines are open. Operators are standing by. Let me know what you think of the... I haven't come up with a clever name for it yet, but the no virus. It's pissing me off, and obviously it was noticeable how annoyed I'm getting with the American rhetoric, because it's the same goddamn thing every day, and no one's responding in any way that makes any sense. And it's understandable, because our government's collapsing. But
yeah,
we can't keep denying these shootings that are going on every day and having a bunch of people rally around guns. That can't be real. Like, someone has to figure that out. The whole goddamn country is just driving me absolutely batty with this stupidity every day. The only story...
You think that anything can't get any worse, or people just can't get any dumber all of a sudden.
Well, you have to imagine the Roman Empire didn't fall overnight, right? It was a gradual decline into just debauchery, degeneration, into a point where the rest of the world didn't care. British Empire, same thing. People just started walking away. And the American Empire is falling. It's going to take years. It's not going to happen overnight, but they are just like every other major empire before them. They're starting to fail. And you can see it in their society. It's a complete degeneration. I'm sorry, I wish it could be funnier, but it's not funny when it's true like that. It's kind of sad to see.
Yeah, it's just welcome to the world.
On the other hand, things are...
That's all.
Things are falling into place the way they are supposed to. Gold and silver got a big boost again. Which means cryptocurrency got a little bit of a boost, although Bitcoin fell a bit. But that'll be definitely something to start keeping more of an eye on.
It's been going a little bit up and down. That $130 I had, which at one point dropped down to 60, didn't drop down to 60 something or 70 something. I can't remember. But it went back up to 115 and is now sitting at around the $103 mark. That's why I checked the day before yesterday.
Yeah, my prediction is it's not going to get any less volatile really soon. I think it's going to be up and down for a while yet. But it'll stabilize eventually. Or it won't. But as I've said before, I think Bitcoin is going to be the Napster of cryptocurrencies. It's going to do what it does, and then it's going to disappear, and a better one is going to be left in its place. And by then,
as long as I transfer this money over to that one, then I'm happy.
By then, this show might have a couple of bucks we could actually invest into something like that. That would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
If we had some money that we could turn into more money and then, I don't know, do something with it. We don't really need to do much more. We got everything we need. Except for a 6-foot by 12-foot Eric and Gord banner, which is the next on my list.
Yeah, it's actually funny you mentioned that because I saw the picture that you posted of your setup, and I thought, ooh, I want Eric and Gord posters on my wall over my podcast space.
I really do too. I tried to do one by myself today on the back of my deflection shield thing. I tried to do that. I did a hand-drawn fuck Eric and Gord poster out there. It looks like crap though, so I didn't really try to show it off. In my mind, it looked awesome, so I ran and bought some paint, did it, and it looks like garbage.
Well, more than I got.
But we can get good banners and posters and stickers and stuff at a decent price now, so
that's cool. And I now have, by the way, I have a connection now. If we want to pay more for T-shirts, I have a connection.
If we want to pay more.
Well, I'm assuming because I do need to be cheaper than what we're getting them for. So,
yeah. Oh, I have two sources for that too. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
What was the other thing I wanted to just say to people? I had something. I don't know. Email me. The website is down currently. At the moment, we're having issues. It's not my issue. It's their issue. But we are right. Dealwithit.com is not operational at this moment. Could be fixed tonight. Could be by the weekend, I'll say. And if they can't get it sorted out, then it might be time for a new website through a new company, because I have not been happy with them. But in the meantime, keep sending your emails, keep sending your text, calls. You could call anytime, day or night. There is a dedicated message line just for you guys to leave messages, or you can go to anchor.fm and leave messages. Lots of ways to get a hold of us. Again, that number is 604-655-9630. Call lots.
Call lots and call often.
Okay. One American story that I said I didn't want to... I said I was just going to get off America today, and I was going to be like, Gord, I don't want any American stuff.
Okay.
Oh, hey, I got your text. Cool. That's really neat. This I just couldn't believe. It just really struck me. Very high winds in the southern states over the last few days. So strong, in fact, that they knocked down a part of Trump's border wall. They had poured some cement. The cement didn't dry. These, I guess they must be like hurricane force winds, blew the wall, which is now sitting in some trees in Mexico.
And hilarity ensues.
It's just sitting there in some Mexican bushes, and Mexican officials are dealing with it, apparently. So there's Trump's wall. How's it going to keep people out if it can't even stand?
Literally, it can't even handle wind. What the hell?
I don't know if this
funny.
Was the fence part or the more, obviously not the more secure part. But I just thought that was awesome. Sorry, Trump.
I died laughing at that.
It's so indicative of what's going on with him. You just start to see the seasons change on him right now. And he's about to get fired and his wall's falling down, and it's the last 4 years were all just a little too good to be true.
That's right. Oh, it's so good. I do have one American story I wanted to bring up. That was
going to, just before we move on, yeah. I want to, just on Trump, they're going to vote tomorrow as the final vote on whether they will introduce witnesses into his trial or not. And
which is really fucked up.
The general...
How do you have a trial without a witness? That just makes no sense.
The general consensus is if they vote not to allow witnesses tomorrow, he should be acquitted and back to presidenting on Monday. That's how quickly the Republicans will put an end to this thing. So it was a big, complete waste of time unless there's some giant 180 tonight.
Yeah.
Which, on the faux people and the Iran people and the pronunciation people, you're the same motherfuckers who say they'll do a complete 360, and that doesn't make any sense. That just puts them right back to where they are now. Stop saying that.
I love that fact.
That is probably gets under my skin worse than anything anybody ever says. Oh, I did a complete 360. Totally changed my mind on that. No, that's not what that means.
No, it means you're keeping of the same mind. You just thought about it for a moment.
Oh, God damn it. Anybody have a pronunciation thing? Email me, rosemcgowan@outlook.com. Tell me your thing that really drives you nuts. If you don't know what I'm referring to because you haven't heard the past episodes, when someone is telling you a story and they happen to mention Iran in their story, don't fucking stop them and be like, it's Iran. No, fuck, nobody gives a shit. Actually,
it's pronounced you're a dick.
It's pronounced Iran. Yeah, it's pronounced eat a dick. Go get coronavirus.
Fucking morons. Jesus Christ.
Okay, I don't know how you want to do this because I have 3 major stories that are major to our show.
Ooh.
So if you want to do yours...
I don't have any major stories. I have one that just, well, it made me laugh because, again, stupid people always make me laugh, and it's not American, so that helps.
All right.
Another one just smack my head.
Since it's live, we'll just go back and forth. And
that'll work.
You can do a story, and then I'll do like a major one. And one's only major, really, to me. But.
Okay. Florida, always Florida. God bless you, Florida, for even existing. A daycare has fired one of its employees after a mother discovered a handwritten note and marker on the toddler's stomach.
I briefly glanced at that, and then I didn't read it because I didn't care. So
I had to because I had to see what the note actually said. What the note said. The note read, "Mom, I'm out of diapers. Please read my report." That's written in black fucking marker all across the kid's stomach. Like it's like the living shit.
I fail to see the problem with that. I think it's clever. That's just good comedy.
Now, the mother, well, I'll give the mother a former credit. She's like, immediately I was really upset. I didn't know what to do. She called her family, said, is there something I should do about this? Am I overreacting? Am I crazy? Is this something that I should just more or less like laugh off? And apparently everybody that she talked to said, no, fuck this place. You should get that bitch fucking fired. What the fuck are you doing? Can't write notes on your children.
Absolutely, and that's going to be the first of many, many times that happens to him. He's going to pass out at parties in high school. He's going to get shit written on him. He's going to pass out in college. He's going to get dicks drawn on him and shit written on him. He's going to pass out on the beach, and people are going to do that shit with suntan lotion, so it totally burns into his skin. It's good that he's going to get used to it earlier than most kids.
That's right, and he'll probably end up becoming getting highly addicted to tattoos when he's older too.
It's what we do. We wait until one is sleeping, and then we write all over them.
Oh, it's so much fun.
I can understand if it was written in blood, and it was like, "I am Satan, kill my siblings" or something. That's not funny.
Mom, I'm out of diapers. Please read my report.
No, if it was like Jiffy marker and it doesn't come off for a week or something, that could be rough. But I don't think it's a big deal. On the other hand, if someone did that to my kid, I'd fucking go ape shit on them. So
think of it that way.
But
yeah,
but I don't know. It depends if it's funny or not.
Yeah, I would just again, I'd be pissed. Why? I came and picked my kid up. You couldn't have said something to me. You had to write it on his stomach. You couldn't have handed me a note. You couldn't have just said something. Hey, just so you know, you're out of fucking diapers. and you should really read our report because the report we put out has a whole bunch of stuff mentioned in it. You couldn't have just said that to the person. You had to write a note on the kid's stomach. I don't know. It's just
I think it's
seems
funny.
like
I don't
lazy
think it's grounds to get fired.
daycaring.
I don't think it's grounds to get. There's so much worse going on at daycare. Like, you should be praising your daycare if that's the worst thing that happened to your kid today.
Yeah, I'd still send my kid back there without a doubt. I'd send my kid back to it. It's like, well, at least they noticed.
Like, yeah, right? Fuck, there's a lot of daycares where the kids just go home in dirty diapers and they don't eat, and they get, it could be a Catholic daycare. And then what? What's that note going to say?
Yeah, exactly. Then there wouldn't be a note. It's just a painful memory.
Exactly. This will not be a memory. That's something to keep in mind. And that's something I've always been thankful of, things that have happened to my daughter, where I'm just like, all right, so she's not going to remember that one. I'm good. Like the one time I was trying to take a picture of her when she was sleeping, and I dropped my phone right on her fucking forehead. Like, oh my God. Fuck, I hope she still knows math when she grows up.
Right?
I think she does. She's fine. Like, if she had like a crossed eye now or something, I'd worry about it, but I didn't tell anybody at the time. So, hey, just shy of 9,000 listeners, please don't tell anyone that I did that. All right? That's just between you and us.
It's just between us. The mother did say that she had given him 2 showers and scrubbed his stomach, and it still wasn't coming off. So she used a permanent marker.
Well,
sorry, that's just...
Okay,
kind of makes
it's still not grounds
for
for firing. That's kind of shitty that you would use a permanent marker, but permanent marker is not permanent. Just so you guys know, It's not like a tattoo now.
No, I know that for a fact.
And that's just your child's baby skin. If it's your first child and you don't know, they shed that later.
Like a snake.
Like a snake, exactly.
It's the way it works.
Just like their baby teeth and everything else. You basically get a whole new kid when they're like 7. That is fact.
Oh, that's funny. So there you go. So yes, I said that's my one American one I have for you for today.
Well, we both had them. That's great. I'm not saying I'm not going to do American stories. Obviously, I am. I'm just sick of the same old crap, and I wanted to change it up tonight. It's been a long time since we've touched on some of the things that I am going to speak about.
I have to assume one of them you have to be talking about because it starts tomorrow. Brexit.
I don't know how I feel about Brexit. I'm still overwhelmed.
Well, they officially, as of starting tomorrow.
See, I was under the impression that they had voted it down and that was the end of it, and I kind of stopped paying attention.
No, it never got voted down. What it was they were always going to vote to leave. The question was just how, and that's what got voted down was the how.
Right.
So now what's his name who's in charge of the UK now, he's figured it out after his first one failed, his second one did not, and it's been passed, and as of I think I heard them say something around like 11 p.m. It's either 11 p.m. tonight or 11 p.m. tomorrow night.
Yeah, he's Boris Johnson, isn't that the one doing it?
Or something, yeah.
I could be way off on that. Way to go, Boris. I'm of mixed emotion because I took full credit for it not happening. I thought that was because of me and you.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of feel like we've let people down. But I don't really know. I don't know enough about the impact of this to really know what it means to. I don't think it means anything to us. As for Europe,
no.
I don't see the European Union even staying together without them. But
no.
We'll see.
I think that's going to be one of the biggest things. Like, the European Union was supposed to represent all the best that all these individual countries could sort of put together to stand up as a unified voice for certain atrocities and certain things. And that's what the whole European Union was supposed to be for the people. We're supposed to stand up and say, no, we're, as a group, we're going to say we're against this and we're against this.
But also, like, financially, the financial considerations, you had to know Britain was going to be shouldering most of it. They're the most successful country. So they were shouldering a lot, with the what they call the pigs countries failing as bad as they did. Britain had to eat shit for all of that, and that's Portugal, Italy, Spain, and Germany. When the big financial crisis hit, they got hit bad. And unfortunately, when you're in a union like the European Union, the countries that didn't get hit bad and the countries that managed their shit properly are kind of the ones that get punished for it.
Yeah, that seems to be the way it works.
So they got to get out. They don't got Harry anymore supporting them, so they got to find their own way now.
I'm wondering if that was the whole reason.
Oh, I'm sure it had everything to do with it. That's another one. I'm just, fuck off. She's an actor. She misses working. She wants to go back to work. Give it a rest. Who gives a crap?
So it's as of 11 p.m. tonight. 11 p.m.
11. We should get our Thor's kin buddies on the phone and see what they would be able to educate us a little more on whether this is good, whether this is bad. Why do we care?
I am interested to know because the few people that I do know that live in the UK, none of them seem to know why it matters and how this will affect. Like, nobody seems to know any of this. So it seems very strange.
Well, I does the European Union, will the euro still be affected by the pound? Or are those completely severed now? Because that's really economically is the only thing that matters, I think. I don't think voting as a block and stuff, they're not going to miss out on much in that regard. But
I don't see.
I don't know what it's going to do to the euro.
I think the Britain wants the pound to be stronger, and they think that by separating the euro and the pound more dramatically, i.e. with this, I think that they think this is going to make their dollar worth more.
It makes absolute sense that it would have to. Like the euro is worth a shit ton, but it's probably pulling the pound down, I'm sure. So yeah, I think they're totally right. I don't know how it matters to the world. I guess to the European Union it could suck. I don't know. I know it's going to be... I don't know what I know. But if that's 11 p.m., it's already way past 11 p.m. in Britain. So someone from Britain, get in touch with us. RoseMcGowan@outlook.com and tell me why the hell this matters.
How has it affected you? How will it affect your business, the company you work for? What's going on?
I remember when the European Union formed, it was like a massive story.
Oh, that was the biggest thing in the world.
Yeah. And now but this, I don't know. I'm surprised this is the first time a country's pulled out. To be honest.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it doesn't happen all the time. Like it must be stronger than I think, or more beneficial than I think. I would imagine every time some country gets pissed off at another one, they're like, "We're getting out of the union."
Like, I think it's because you pretty much nailed it. I literally think it's because the UK has literally sat there and been like, well, we're fucking fronting the biggest bill for all this shit. So everybody else is getting these little financial kickbacks for being a part of this. So fuck you guys, we're out. Yeah. And everybody else will be like, well, I'm not getting the money. Yeah, fuck you guys, we're out too.
Yeah.
Like, you'll probably see that within the next, I'll say within 12 months, you're going to start seeing that.
It's pretty, I guess the big monumental thing was the fact that the entire UK voted together on this, which doesn't happen ever. Like, as much as they're supposed to be the United Kingdom on paper, they're not real united if you ask any, like, Scottish dude.
Yeah. And they got 52% of the vote.
That's more than half.
52%. That is just over half. You know what's humorous, though? Even off of the BBC website, this is number 3 in the most read news on the BBC website.
I
It's
think
the
people
third.
have a little bit of Brexit fatigue.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. But yet the Trump impeachment's number 2, because who the fuck cares about that?
Well, I think just the fact that it's not happening. It's the coronavirus of impeachments.
Did you hear a woman's come forward charging Trump with rape?
Oh yeah, and they're trying to demand samples or whatever. Whatever. Like, come on.
That technically didn't even work for fucking Clinton. And he admitted it. He still got acquitted from it. So.
And what are you doing? If it's true, then you should have come out. And if it's not, then you've just been sitting on this rape for the perfect moment.
Yeah. She claims it was because of the Me Too movement is why she came forward.
Yeah, well, the Me Too movement, that ship sailed a long time ago. Even Alyssa Milano doesn't pay attention to that shit anymore. So, nice try, lady, but no. Me Too doesn't mean, oh yeah, I made up some shit as well.
I can say that too, me too.
That's not what it was meant to do. And I think a lot of people, that's another thing that's really changing. And a lot of even women are coming forward. You mentioned Harvey Weinstein's lawyer talking about it, that Me Too really had a very unintended negative effect, negative consequence to it. And people are kind of starting to turn their back on it a little bit because of that.
Yeah, well, because again, it's one thing to come out against the people who actually did shit wrong, but when you turn around and be like, a guy bumped into me once, a guy complimented me once 20 years ago, I want him to lose his job. Shit just gets fucking ridiculous.
Exactly. And we went the same way we do with political correctness and everything else. We just went so far the other way.
Yeah.
Not to mention, Me Too is a very male-female oriented movement. That line has always been divided. Sorry, it's always been drawn. It's sort of been a male versus female thing, and that's not catchy right now because that totally discludes all the other 56 genders.
Which is why I think this is a thing that would help promote, because these other gender specifics, we turn around and say, you see, all of us non-binaries and everything else, we're not the ones being charged with rape, or we're not the ones being fucking pushed out saying that we've done these horrible things. This is what happens when you force your children to think they're a different sex.
Or they can't say Me Too because no one's trying to fucking rape them.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
And that's probably some sort of discrimination too. You're not raping me. You're discriminating against me by not raping me.
What, am I not good enough?
No, you're not. No, you are not. You can't even figure out why you're a dude with a period. I'm not going to attempt to rape that. I mean, fuck.
Because I don't want to have to explain what sex is.
I don't want to have to fucking figure it out while I'm laying in that stairwell. Like, oh my god, what? You got no junk. What do I do?
So there is a positive to this, then. There is a positive.
I'm not sure if that's a positive or a negative, but I know I pissed some people off right there. I insulted the non-binary community and rapists.
I'd like to see a rapist get up and complain.
Any rapists have a problem with what I just said. You can reach me at rosemcgowan@outlook.com.
You almost have to add that as Rose McGowan is stupid, and so are you.
And anyone who, if you've been raped, or you're planning on getting raped, or you want to be raped, or you're like looking to commit your first rape, Eric and Gord are here to hear your story. Send
Oh, thank God, that's where you went with that.
Be on the show. I'd love to hear from you, especially if you're an aspiring rapist. I would like to know, like, your plans, how you want to break into the industry. I'm just curious.
What's your previous experience?
Which uncle fucked you up?
Was it your side of the family, your mother's? You know, how does that work?
Or are you just a regular church goer?
Just all the word of God.
Yeah, it's in the Bible. I think near the front.
Yeah, so Brexit, that's a pretty big deal.
Brexit. Celebrate with rape. I don't know why we keep going back to that. Pay attention to that, though. I want to know what's going on. I want to talk to the Thor's King kids and see why is Brexit exciting?
Yeah. What does it bring to the table?
I don't know. We'll find out, I guess, in the next little while. Economically, what happens.
Even every time when I try to look it up, I still can't seem to get a straight answer about what it's going to do.
That's because nobody has a fucking idea. Nobody knows even what it does. Nobody knows why it's happening or what's going on. And the smartest people in the world can't admit that they don't have a fucking clue. So they're just not talking about it. They're talking about coronavirus. Because now they can wrap their minds around, oh, what if fake flu's not killing anybody? Yeah, let's talk about that for 3 weeks. Well, Brexit just happened. What? You know, where, like, England left the European... The what? You mean Harry? No, that's not Brexit. That's one dude.
You mean Harry?
That wasn't Brexit.
Why do they call it breakfast when his name is Harry? I don't get it.
Yeah, why do they call it breakfast? You mean the Tim Hortons cereal? Saw it today at Walmart.
Did you?
No, I did not. I saw it yesterday at Walmart.
Oh, I'm jealous. I haven't been out.
It was powdered donut flavor, I believe. And the box was really uninspired and stupid. And I was just like, I wouldn't buy that. If I didn't know Tim Hortons, I wouldn't buy it based on their shitty box. It looks stupid. It's just got like donuts on it. It doesn't even have Timbits on it. What are you doing?
See, now that brings up a question, because in today's day and age where you have unlimited access to the internet, you can create anything. How is it that two major companies, one major Canadian company, another one an international conglomerate, can't figure out how to properly market something? Tim Hortons with their cereal, it pretty much would market itself, but they're going to fuck it up by putting a bad design on the box. And fucking McDonald's adds bacon to it, and they call it the Big Mac Bacon.
Well, yeah.
And then they advertise it, making fun of their own way of naming it. Instead of calling it the Bacon Big Mac or the Big Mac with bacon, they call it the Big Mac Bacon.
Yeah.
But
and that's
none of it
makes
sense. It's just stupid.
Number one, it sounds gross. A Big Mac with bacon, I don't think that works anyway. McDonald's has had a lot of campaigns that haven't worked. I mean, they got a new ad campaign every 27 seconds. They're not all going to be gold. They're still number one all the time.
I still miss their hot and cold side burger, whatever that was called, the Big Extra.
That was the Arch Deluxe.
Remember that word? Was it the Arch Deluxe? I can't remember what it was called. Big Extra Arch Deluxe.
It was fantastic, and I miss it like crazy. You know what's funny? There is a podcast. I was listening to this podcast, and I thought it's called "What Happened to McDonald's Pizza."
Ew! It was so gross.
And I thought, okay, well, this podcast obviously asks those kind of questions, right? Probably like a different question every episode or whatever. No.
Yeah.
This entire fucking series is trying to get McDonald's pizza brought back. And this guy talks about the history of McDonald's pizza, and he's found like the original fucking McDonald's pizza oven in some warehouse somewhere, and he's trying to get McDonald's to buy it because they said their claim to why they pulled it off the market was because it took too long to cook. And he's trying to buy their pizza oven to see if that's true.
Well, I mean, it took 5 minutes.
That's a long time. And when I'm in McDonald's, I don't want to fucking wait 5 minutes. And I get mad about that shit, too.
Then don't order the pizza.
Yeah, well, that's probably where I'd be at now. But I know when I walk in there now and I got to wait, I'm like, it's supposed to be fast food. Like, it can be 3 minutes. It's like so much faster than anywhere else in the world, and I still bitch.
See? And that's the difference between a skinny guy and a fat guy, because a fat guy doesn't care. Fat guy will wait 25. We don't care.
You guys bring food for the lineup, though. Think ahead like that.
Well, obviously, we're well prepared for that.
I feel like McDonald's. Let's stop at Burger King so I can get something for the lineup.
Exactly.
McDonald's takes too long.
Thank God there's a Wendy's across the street. I can grab
That's why there's always a Wendy's across the street. Because Wendy's makes all their burgers at like 3 a.m. and that's it for the day. Doesn't matter what time you order it, you get that burger from 3 a.m.
But the weird thing is they always taste fresh. It's the thing I've never understood. Like, I love Wendy's. I'm actually a very, very, very big fan of Wendy's. I love their burgers. They've always just agreed with me.
On the bottom they're like tight. They're like one step above Arby's to me.
Really, because like they've got like it's clean, fresh meat. It's always fresh and never frozen, because I used to work for the company that supplied them the meat, and their meat was never frozen. So it's literally brought in, ground, packaged, and then sent out to them fresh.
Don't care.
Very impressive. Yeah, but I never understood, how is it that you can order a burger no matter when you go, and it's just always ready, and it always tastes like it was never been sitting there. Like a McDonald's burger, you know that's been sitting there for a while. It just tastes like it's been sitting there for a while.
Only when it has. Usually
but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, usually. But I mean, sometimes you get those, like, you know, like when they pre-make all the meat and they just got that tray and they just pull it off and quickly throw it in the grill. You can just tell that's been sitting there for a while because it's a little drier, it's, you know, whatever. But Wendy's, it's always perfect. It's like it just pulled a fresh patty out of the fucking fridge and threw it on the grill. It's fantastic. And it's like 8 seconds.
It tastes like they pulled it out of Dave Thomas's ass and beat it with a tenderizer and stuck it on a bun.
Well, then I would eat Dave Thomas's ass any day.
I am not a fan. Love Dave Thomas. Not a Wendy's fan. And they got too much shit on their menu.
No, McDonald's has too much shit on their fucking menu.
Yeah, but nobody orders it. That's why they got that menu that flashes real quick. Nobody's looking at 30% of it. Everyone knows what they're getting when they go to McDonald's. No one gets the fancy shit.
Nobody cares about, what do they call it, the McCafe. Nobody cares.
Quarter pounder. Like the standards. Quarter pounder Big Mac. And then unless you're cheap like me and you get the McDouble, that's like kind of new. We didn't used to have those, but
I don't even know anybody who gets a fillet of fish anymore, but that used to be really popular.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone does. I don't think I've never had one. I know that much.
I've had it, but it was a very long time ago, and I don't know.
I don't order fish unless I'm at like a fish restaurant. I don't order fish. Like if I'm going out for like fish and chips, and I go to Sea Lovers where they literally on the menu you get fish and chips. There's nothing else.
Yeah.
Then I will order the fish, but I don't go anywhere and get fish. And nobody does. Like nowhere else has a fish burger. It's stupid.
Yeah, I fully agree. It's just right.
You just don't trust it. You know, fast food is not supposed to be fish.
Nah.
Fish can kill you.
Everything's going to kill you.
So can fast food. Speaking of which, back on Tim Hortons, they have just pulled Beyond Meat off their menu.
Yes, I actually just found that out today.
Because nobody gives a shit. No one goes to Tim Hortons to be healthy. You go for fucking donuts. Why don't you try making donuts and forget about all this other shit and actually go back to making fresh donuts? Because that's what
I miss. The fresh muffins and the fresh donuts.
Always frozen. Opposite of Wendy's. You guys need the fucking Dave Thomas to whip your ass into shape. Pulled Beyond Meat. Of course they did. Nobody cares. It's expensive. Nobody wants it. And nobody. When you're ordering, what do you get at fucking Tim Hortons? The goddamn breakfast stupid thing on an English muffin the fake sausage and fake bacon. You care really if you're not healthy and going and getting that in the morning, so you don't want the Beyond Meat.
I love their breakfast wrap. I will definitely give them credit for that. I'm addicted to those things.
Don't think I've had it. I don't hate the McDonald's breakfast burrito, but you got to get the salsa.
No, yeah. Oh, yeah, it only works well with the salsa.
The salsa
Some places they give it that. It's true. Some places they give you because it also depends on how they wrap it. I like the places that wrap it a little tighter because it just seems like you're getting a little bit more. When they do the quick loose wrap, it just seems like all you're getting is the bread thing.
Well, I think that's the way with a wrap. You have to know how to wrap a wrap. You can't just fold some shit into a tortilla. It doesn't you got to know how to wrap a wrap, or else it's not a wrap.
Yeah. No. Because lately, if I get that breakfast wrap, which has been a while, but the last few times I've gotten one, I've had to take that wrap and fold it in half. Because it's so
that's
loosely fucking rolled.
And that wrap I just did is better than M&M's new wrap, so you're welcome.
I have some Montreal story for you.
Okay, Eminem's new album sucks. Stop sticking with Ed Sheeran. Go ahead.
Eminem hasn't released a good album in a while. Rap God sucked. This just... I heard the story. I just want to point the computer. I literally pointed the computer and went, that's all I could think of. A Montreal man and his son are suing a luxury dealership for more than $416,000, claiming that the white Lamborghini it sold them turned yellow almost immediately after it drove off the lot. Now, here's where the reason why I even bring this thing up, because it's kind of humorous.
Their white Lamborghini
the father,
turned yellow.
Yeah, like right after within less than the first month, it started turning a different color, started turning this weird yellow color, and they're like, "What the hell?" And they just said, "Oh, well," and the dealer literally told them, "Oh, it's supposed to do that. It's what happens."
That's what happens to white cars.
That's what happens to white cars. They immediately turn yellow as a little bit when you first get it, but don't worry, it'll taper off. So then they start, because they go, okay, well, maybe it's just reacting to the sun. So then
just let me interject anybody in case you're a little bit confused. That never happens. That's not what happens.
That's not what happens. So then they store the thing in the garage. And the first thing is just, you buy a Lamborghini and you're storing it outside, first of all. Fuck me, you're an idiot. But I digress. So then they stuff this thing in the garage and they keep it covered for a little bit, and sure enough, the thing still continues to discolor. They offered to repaint it. The dealership said, "Well, bring it up. We'll repaint the whole thing." But they said, "You can't repaint it because that would drastically reduce the residual value of the car." Now,
they're not wrong.
They're not wrong, but. This is what gets me.
Then again, what do you want? Your complaint is the paint is changing color. The dealer's offered to repaint it. What are you going to do? Someone's going to repaint it eventually.
Yeah. No, they just want their money. They want all their money back for it. And the $350,000 for the car, and they want to keep the car, get all the money they paid for plus $50,000.
Yeah, that's kind of the way.
But hang on. I'm not done, because there's one more amazing piece of this puzzle.
I know a guy who does that almost professionally. He buys stuff and complains about it, returns it, gets money, gets deals, gets all kinds of stuff.
Well, they have return policies for a reason, I guess. My favorite part about this whole thing is that their suit claims that the father had to remortgage his house in order to buy the Lamborghini for his son, saying that it, quote, was his dream to own such a luxury vehicle.
Oh, God damn it.
I waited for that one for you. I had to wait for that one.
This is the problem. That right there is the problem. Now, number one, we're just so wealth obsessed, and being rich is so fucking important to us that kind of shit happens. Oh, I gotta mortgage my house for a car. In what fucking universe does that make sense? You go live in your fucking yellow Lambo? Moron.
Yeah,
Now, I don't care.
It's a two-seater.
I have many dreams that will never be fulfilled because I can't afford them. And that's one of them. If you have to sell your house to buy your kid a Lamborghini, then your fucking kid doesn't get a Lamborghini. It's that simple. Why do you... That should just be acceptable to people. Like, there's lots of shit. I will never go to space. In my lifetime, I will never afford to go to space. I really, really want to. It'll never happen because I can't afford it.
Yeah. And if I can, I don't want to take that flight.
I could do a whole... No, I don't want to take the one I can afford. I'm not hopping on that. Right? I'm not hopping on the first one. Even if Elon's like, hey, you want to go on the first one? No.
No, it's all right.
I want a good 10 or 20 of those motherfuckers to crash and everybody die and they figure out what happens, and then I'll go on the next one.
Yeah.
I need some live tests first with actual humans. But
no,
the fact is, I'll never be able... The point is, I'll never afford it. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. I know that. I know... Shit, I never went to Disneyland. I knew when I was like 7 that was off the table. That was not happening in my family. There's stuff your kids have to just understand. You can't just have what you want. I'm not going to get back onto the rant. I'm even sick of myself and the participation trophy kid rant. But fucking, you can't just... Everyone wants to give their kids what they want. It's not happening. Lots of kids don't get what they want. You can't just fucking sell your house so your kid can have a Lambo. And then really now you're just buyer's remorse because you want to sue and you want to keep the Lambo and you want $50,000. Where'd you get $50,000 from? Like, just fucking ridiculous.
Stress and the inconvenience and loss of work days.
Yeah, and that just happens to magically translate to $50,000. Yeah. You're not making $50,000 at work if you're mortgaging your house for your Lambo.
No, here's the dumb thing. So hold on. I caught the end of this article. They returned the car to the dealership without any form of an agreement. They returned the car to the dealership, so they actually don't have the car, and they're still paying for it. The insurance, the registration costs, the mortgage, all that, it's all still being paid for, and the dealer is refusing to refund the purchase price.
That could be part of their lease agreement or whatever.
It's just, why would you give the car back? Like, they're refusing to give you the money for it. Why would you just...
There's something up with this. We'll give you back the one thing we have that might actually make this deal go through. Like, why does the dealer even answer the phone? They got their Lambo back.
That's just it, yeah.
Where are these morons?
Montreal.
Well, that explains a lot.
Ask why it is I don't like them. There's another reason.
Why would you try to drive a Lambo in a place where you can't fucking turn right on red? Who needs a Lambo in a place like that?
And this has been going on, by the way, since 2017.
Yeah, well, of course.
They returned it in 2018. It's now 2020. And it's still going on.
I'm surprised they're not suing because the fucking Lambo didn't say that in French. Le Lambo.
Le Lambo. Le Lambo.
Stupid guys. Don't go buy Lambos. I used to work up by those car dealerships here in Vancouver. Or there in Vancouver, because I'm not in Vancouver. But I could say here in Vancouver. The world doesn't know where I am. So, yeah, here in Vancouver, I used to work right up by all the big... Like, there's the McLaren dealership and the Lambo dealership. They're all up there just after the Granville Bridge.
Yep.
All in, like, a row. And we used to go on our lunch break. Just filthy construction workers. They loved having us on the show floor, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come in on a lunch break from Brickland, just fucking covered in mud, smelling like shit, and just eating a gas station sandwich and just walking in, leaning over to the fucking Lambos. Oh, it's a nice interior.
Can I take it for a test drive?
Just sandwich, like, it's like falling apart. Gas station, shitty old bun. Almost as bad as Wendy's. And you're just leaning over into like a McLaren or a Lambo. Yeah, so What's this one? Like, base model, what am I looking at? And they have to answer. They got to pretend like they know you're not buying, and you know you're not buying. You both just stand there like shaking your heads at each other, but they have to answer all your questions. What's this one top out at? I don't even know what that means.
Sure means something to somebody, but means nothing to me.
I don't drive. I'm like, what are the pistons like? Tell me about the Johnson rod. I don't. This one have the dual ingested carbonators? Nope, that's not a thing. All right, go back to my sandwich.
Hey, by the way, my Bitcoin is back up to $111.
Beautiful.
I almost got my money back. I'm gonna go and put that as a down payment for the nothing on a Lambo, because nothing on a Lamborghini costs $111.
That would be, you know what? That's my next time. Next time I'm in that neighborhood, I'm gonna go up there. Be like, all right, fellas, listen. I know I don't look like much, but I got $111 in Bitcoin, so let's make a deal here today.
I got some Bitcoin. I'm looking to cash out.
Oh, that's how to say it too. Just be like, I got some Bitcoin. All right.
Yeah.
Not gonna say it's $111 like that. What is one Bitcoin right now?
You say you have over 100 Bitcoin, because they'll assume that means 100 at almost $9,000. That's $90,000. It's almost $100,000. That's what they would assume.
Gentlemen, I got Bitcoin and I'm here to do a deal. Start signing papers. So,
do you have any white Lamborghinis that turn yellow?
Yeah. You know what? That's just going to be a thing now. People are going to start requesting it. Hey, can I get that one that turns yellow? Can I get that hypercolor Lambo?
I think I really deserve to have that one. That'd be great.
The Lamborghini, not that Lamborghini needs sales, but they could just turn this into an opportunity. Like, you start selling the Mood Lambo, and people will like that. Mood rings were huge. Everybody liked it. You got a Mood Lambo?
Yeah, that's right. You don't know this. You don't follow this stuff, but there actually is a supercar out there that does that.
I'm sure there is.
The outer paint job actually changes to whatever your mood is.
That is stupid, and I want to see it right before you crash.
I just want to know, what color does it go when you're feeling rapey? Just thought I'd ask.
Yeah. What color does it go 10 seconds before you slam into a fucking head-on collision with a Mack truck? What color is your car just before that?
White.
Just fucking shit brown?
Faded yellow.
Faded yellow? Actually, we call that Lambo yellow now. A mood car. Fuck off. Of course, there's a mood everything.
Oh, there certainly is.
They tried for a while. When it came back in the 90s, when the Hypercolor came out and they started, and mood shit all came back, they started trying to make mood everything, and it didn't matter. Nobody cared.
No.
I always used to buy mood rings at like this. You remember San Francisco, the store?
Yes.
It was like the shitty novelty store. You get like stink bombs and stupid shit, and there was like titties.
Yep.
I used to buy mood rings there, buy air quotes, mood rings there. And I'd always hold a lighter to them to try and get them to change faster, and then they just go black and be garbage. And then I'd return them.
It's always black. I'm not always angry.
I didn't return them. I didn't have the balls when I was a kid to steal something and return it. And I didn't think of that until I was way older.
Man,
wow, I don't even know what to say about that. I don't know. Don't buy Lambos. Who the fuck? They don't even insure them in BC anymore. Don't buy them. They're stupid. You don't need a $150,000 car.
$330,000 car.
I was just thinking of half.
And speaking of high-end cars, by the way, Toronto was having the big Toronto Auto Show thing, and Bugatti is showing their newest Bugatti Veyron, which is now listed as the world's most expensive car. There's only one, and it's something like $28 million. No, $18 million.
Wow. I want to see that.
So, yeah.
I've never even seen a Bugatti car. I know, like, a Bugatti briefcase is way the fuck out of my league. We used to sell those at Staples.
I want to take a look at it right now because I have to see it because I heard it mentioned on the radio. I'm thinking, oh wow, I've got to see this thing.
Are they not big on bikes? Bugattis are big bikes, right? No, that's Ducati. Never mind.
That's Ducati. Oh my god, it's gorgeous.
An $18 million car.
19 million. 16.7 million euros. $19 million US.
I would never.
Oh, it is. Ooh, it's got you know what it is? It looks very similar to the Lamborghini Venture, whatever the fuck it's called, with that big scoop thing in the front. So it's got a lot, instead of it being just like that round, sexy lines that Bugatti's always known for, it's got a lot more harsher edge on the front end with that smooth, sexy brown. It's a gorgeous car. Wow, that's really sexy.
Hey, the rims are the same color as my bus pass. That's cool.
1,500 horsepower. Holy shit.
And that's just ridiculous.
Right.
What are you going to do? Why would you have an $18 million car? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I don't.
The interior is made out of real unicorn.
I still remember one of the Bugattis, like the original Bugatti variants. What made their high end line so good was the leather interior was made by what they called a virgin cowhide, and what that meant was the cows are raised at such a high altitude that there's no mosquitoes.
Right.
So they've never even been bitten by a bug before. So it's like perfect, no imperfections on them. Like, okay, this is just getting insane.
They don't even know they were cattle, and they just volunteered to be part of that car.
Right.
And it's made out of the virgin cowhide, and all the parts are ivory from real unicorn tusks. And it actually, while you're driving, the car fucks you. Every time you.
And I heard it makes you breakfast in the morning.
That's a good car. I like that. I'd buy that. Not for $16 million. I wouldn't pay $18 million for a car. 16, 19, whatever the fuck. Anything. I wouldn't. My most expensive car was a 1985 Bonneville. I think it was.
That's a good car, though.
$700. Sorry, 83 Bonneville. Last year,
Bonneville.
It was the last American car made out of all steel.
Oh, that thing would be like a collector's. That thing would be worth like at least like $1,200 now.
I got a lot of offers on it, actually. But that's like as fancy as I got with cars. We had a K car before the Bonneville.
That thing's still running wherever it is. It's still going.
No, we drove it to Brandon, Manitoba and back, and it just fucking died.
Really?
It just wouldn't do anything after that. It was just, and no one could figure out what was wrong with it. It literally, it's just, its spirit had moved on.
It's because you took it to Brandon, Manitoba.
I think that's right. I was like, hey, this is where I'm from. And the car, it was like Christine. It was just like, fuck this guy.
Committed suicide.
But that was his fancy, like 82 Chevette. Those are my kind of cars. Not a $16 million. Why would I? All I would do if I had a $60 million car is I would sit around being fucking nervous about my car all the time.
Yeah.
What's going on? Where's my
It'd
car?
be parked in my living room. It'd be parked in my living room.
Yeah, and I would have to live in it.
Yeah. In a vault. On those roller things that they put them so you can like drive it, but it doesn't have to go anywhere.
See, that's the difference between car people and rich people. That's a rich people car. That's not a car people car. Car people wouldn't buy that.
No.
Rich people would, but car people, that's not like a performance. Well, it's Bugatti, probably is, but still.
Oh, it's high performance, all right.
Fuck you guys. Go give a homeless guy a sandwich, for fuck's sakes. Why are people starving in a world where there's $18 million cars being driven? If you just took the hood ornament off that, you'd feed half of Africa for a year.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Imagine if you were a little kid, you stole the hood ornament off a $60 million car. That'd be better
Oh my
than
God,
the Mercedes one that one prick always had. Remember, the Mercedes one was like the gold standard of hood ornaments. It was like, fuck you, I got the Dodge Ram. I thought that was killer. Nobody cared about that. It was like the big Ram head.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the Mercedes one. Those are epic nights for us going out fucking hood ornament stealing. Like grade 7-ish. Grade 7, I think by grade 8 we were already over it, but we would sneak out dressed like fucking ninjas just to go hood ornament collecting.
I once went out to smash pumpkins on cars because I thought that was a funny idea.
That's fun.
Until I had one of those mini pumpkins and I winged that at the back of a car and it broke the fin in half and then shattered the back windshield.
Oh my God.
For the record, not a mark to the pumpkin.
I remember that's a good pumpkin. I remember the year we went out and we went trick or treating and we were like, this is kind of weak. I think we're too old for this shit. So we're like, right, all right, well, let's go smash stuff. And we went. I think we like smashed one like pumpkin at the end of a guy's driveway, like on a street where like nobody was home, like nobody was gonna notice this fucking thing. It didn't matter. And we were just like, smashing stuff kind of sucks too. I think we're too old for that. And we're like, fuck. I guess we're done with Halloween. And that was just it. And I just never did Halloween anymore. We're just like, this is bullshit. Let's go fucking play games. What was that game we used to play? Remember that board game, the video game board game? Nightmare? That's what
Nightmare?
It was. Nightmare.
Love that.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
We used to go, we were like, fuck Halloween. Let's go play that.
And a buddy of mine had all of them. There was like 3 or 4 different nightmares.
Yeah, I want to say 4, and we played them all one night. Like one right after the other. It was a scary ass game. If you did it right, if you could just play it right and like not be goofy about it, it was actually really fun.
Oh, it was. I love the game. I used to play it like all the time, and it always got me.
I'm surprised they didn't get like bigger. I guess you kind of got to make a jackass out of yourself. You just stand up and yell at your TV and shit. Kids aren't really into that stuff now. We were right into it though.
Yeah, it was interactive back then. That was great.
And we never had any friends like, I'm not doing that. That's stupid. Like, we were all in. Nowadays, kids would never. They would just be like, what? What do you mean? I gotta do something? What?
Well, why? What?
you gotta stand up and talk to the TV, dude. Well, fucking get Alexa to do it.
How do I push X? What does that do?
Hey, speaking of... Yeah, they don't even know. Speaking of Alexa... All you Alexa people out there who have Alexa, we are now set up. If you just say, hey, Alexa, play Eric and Gord, what if we're right? She'll do that shit. Same with Sonos. We're set up with Sonos speakers as well. So you can just, anyone who's got the smart shit, and you just like, hey, you just say, hey, this is Eric and Gord, and they know that's us, and they'll hook you up. That's a cool new thing.
That is. Hey, question.
Yeah.
Did you Roger Waters from Pink Floyd? No, right? Obviously, heard of him.
Vaguely.
Would you call him an avowed anti-Semite?
I have no idea. I know nothing about the man.
Like, he speaks out against a lot of the atrocities of man and things like that. And the real reason I bring it is because some Jewish advocacy group is criticizing Major League Baseball for promoting Roger Waters' new tour, which is called "This Is Not a Drill."
I don't know. Did he speak out?
Because they say that he's an avowed anti-Semite.
Well, I know a lot of people aren't happy with the new peace deal that Trump brokered. Maybe Roger Waters said something about it.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
When I saw him in concert, I mean, part of one of the things of his show was he talked about the atrocities of the world of all governments, and one of the things he talked about was, or one of the things that got brought up as part of the imagery and all that was the Holocaust.
Well, I would say what's happening to the Palestinian people right now is an atrocity, and he could be saying something about it. And anyone who speaks up in favor of the Palestinians is obviously automatically an anti-Semite, right?
That's just the way that works.
That's not, it shouldn't, and it's not, and it's stupid. But I don't know. Roger Waters, like, that whole fucking band is so fucking nuts. I don't know any, like, I don't take anything they say seriously or anything. Like, I wouldn't have a political opinion based on them and their giant inflatable pig. Like,
that was a genius marketing ploy.
They collectively have done the world's weight in drugs. They just don't get, like, tarnished with it because they weren't like a crazy party band, and that's the only ones people want to know about are the ones that, oh, they got fucked up and fell out a hotel window or whatever. These guys just got fucked up and made 28-minute fucking songs.
But they're really good at it too.
Their brains are fried to, like, where what they see actually looks like The Wall.
See, no, it's interesting that you say that, considering that the only member of the group that actually did any form of regular drug use was Syd Barrett, and he hasn't been in the band since 1968 or 69.
And he did enough drugs that they've all been high since.
His drug use was so rampant that when the band would visit the very rare times that any of the members of the band would visit his apartment that he lived in, when they go to Sid's place, they literally couldn't touch anything because everything in the apartment was laced.
Yeah, makes sense. Good thing.
One guy said that they actually had a vial of acid. They actually had a vial of acid that ran through or not a vial, a little filter, like a filter that goes underneath the tap. That was soaked in acid. Even the tap water was laced.
I don't doubt it. I've never been a Pink Floyd fan. I appreciate their place in the world. I won't talk bad about them. I'm just not a fan.
I'm a big fan. I love Pink Floyd. Very, very big fan. But I was just a little shocked by that one. I wouldn't call him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the context to the story, but I know that's kind of a people are real quick with that accusation.
Yeah.
Anything can be interpreted as anti-Semitism. I thought Schindler's List was stupid. That's because you hate Jews. No, it's not. It's boring.
Jews. So fucking stupid.
And I'm just waiting for the sequel to that.
Yeah. No,
you know it's coming. Schindler's
Oh, it's gonna
happen. Stupid. Roger, who cares? Really, stop with the anti-Semitic. We have so much other shit to worry about right now. Nobody's anti-Semitic. What are you talking about? Israel gets everything they want from everyone all the time.
Yep.
I don't think you can preach. Now, that's not true. I mean, there's some shit that goes on. I mean, I get it. But you're looking for anti-Semitism a lot where it doesn't exist. I wouldn't go so far as to say, like, get over it. I don't think you should ever get over it. You got some shit that you should never get over. I understand that. And I'm not callous enough to even joke about I'm not going to make a Holocaust joke. It's not funny. But and I'm all about too soon, so it's not that or whatever. It's just like some shit just to me isn't funny. And the Holocaust, I don't think you can really make fun of. So granted,
I mean, you can, but it's pretty tasteless.
The rest of the world was very against it. Most of the world was very against it. The anti-Semitism is not as rampant as I think people want it to be, almost, or expect it to be. And especially in North America, where 90% of the Jewish people, you don't even really know they're Jewish unless you fucking, like, talk about it or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't know. I literally, I know 2 Jewish families. My entire life, I've been close to 2 that I knew. And the rest, I didn't ask or care, or they didn't bring it up or whatever. So, I have no idea.
I still don't even think I know any. Like, I know I'm not directly friends with any.
Well, I'm not still directly friends. Actually, we were just talking about a Jewish friend of mine last night. That's how much like they're a thing in fucking Kelowna. We were just talking about, hey, remember the Jewish kid? Yeah, I do. Oh, let's talk about him for a while. Because he had two brothers, and it's Gabe, Ezra, and Ari. Like, holy fucking Jewish, right?
Yeah.
Great kids. But Ari, we didn't know Ari existed. We knew Gabe and Ezra. We didn't know there was a third one, and now all of a sudden there's a third one, and he's like a grown-up now because we're all old as shit. But we're like, hey, Ari Sipes is... What? That's a thing? They own Sipes Winery. They are rich as fuck. That's not because they're Jewish. It's just a fact.
Well, you say that, but...
They own Mission... Is it? Yeah, it's Mission Hill they own.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They got the big pyramid.
Yeah, they do.
They have a pyramid on their property that's supposed to have mystical powers and makes the grapes better and shit.
The Jew pyramid.
The big Jew pyramid. No, but
didn't Pink Floyd write a song with that? The great big...
I think they did.
Jew pyramid in the sky.
They wanted a giant inflatable Jew, but they couldn't get one, so they went with the pig.
So good. Oh, God, I've needed this laugh.
Where's my giant inflatable Jew? Sorry, Roger. Closest we could get you was this big helium-filled pig. Well, that's not very anti-Semitic, but it'll have to do.
What people don't realize is that across the back of that thing, because they only saw it from the belly down, they didn't see what was on the back. On the back that I hate fucking Jews.
Yeah. The original song was Another Brick at the Jew, and it was about... It was just throwing bricks at Jews. Oh, no, it's just
all in all, we're just another Jew in the wall.
Oh, my God.
So good.
I'm not anti-Semitic. Write in, Rose McGowan is stupid at Outlook.com, and in the subject line put, not a Jew.
Not a Jew.
They have a plant at Home Depot. My mom came out of retirement to work at Home Depot because she was bored with retirement, right? So she works at Home Depot. I'm not endorsing the company. That's just a fact. But they got a plant in their garden center called a Wandering Jew. And that's a name of a plant. If you know anything about plants, that's a plant. It's called a Wandering Jew. It's kind of like fucking Morning Glory. It goes all over the place. But customers got... Some customer got all shitty about it. Oh, you can't call it that. It's the fucking name. She's like, that's offensive. Why? It's called the Wandering Jew. You can't say Jew. What? What are you supposed to say? Jewish sounds worse.
The first thing that comes up with that one is how to take care of your Wandering Jew plant.
How to take care of your Wandering Jew. Oh, keep him on a leash. Don't give him access to your bank account. I don't know.
Oh, they're really pretty.
Yeah, they are actually. I just thought that was shitty. She got all shit on because she knew what it was, and she said it out loud, and the customer got all shitty about it.
That's really funny.
That's just a true story. There's a little glimpse into my life for you. Hey, we're getting well into an hour and a half here. What else?
I have a question, though.
All right, ask your question. Then I got to get to some stuff because I got to get it off my chest today.
Mine's only a question, just a matter of because we closed out the last episode talking about the most highly educated countries in the world. Do you want to leave that one for next episode?
Oh, is one of them Israel?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that number one? That's not number one.
All right, it's yes with an asterisk.
Yes with an asterisk?
Yes with an asterisk. Because the initial thing that I got this list from, on the very bottom it says that the data was not made available for Brazil, Chile, China, India, Indonesia, Israel, Russia, and Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Now, ironically,
none of those countries were on the list. Don't worry.
Israel was the only one, because when I did some deeper checking, and I went in and I checked a whole bunch of other lists using a bunch of different reports where all these ones were, or where most of those ones were all included. China is the only one. China, Russia were the only two that did not release their information to anybody for these.
Yeah, well, they would.
But everybody else did. Yeah. But Israel, ironically enough, on every single list came up as number 3. The 3rd highest educated country in the world.
That's interesting. And that is behind...
Here's the question. Who?
Jamaica and
no.
Greenland. No, I don't know. I have no... I can't even make a guess. I told you I was going to guess, and I was going to actually think about it and guess on the next episode, and then I didn't.
Good, eh?
Well, I'm going to say Switzerland. Switzerland is number 1.
Switzerland is number 11.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I thought Switzerland was top 3, but no. Top 5 is South Korea, Israel, Japan, South Korea, Israel, Japan. Ireland. Was number 5. So Ireland, South Korea, Israel, Japan, number 2, number 1. The most highly educated of all the countries on the planet, Canada.
Fuck off.
Seriously.
What are they basing this on?
It is based off of... it ranks countries based on the percentage of citizens with hereditary education. I'm saying that word wrong, just so you know, because I'm not educated. Which is defined as those having completed the highest level of education.
So we have the most grade 12 graduates.
Yes, basically. And college graduates. So they'll be going into college as well.
That does.
It is based off of population.
That means okay. We may have a highly educated population. That doesn't mean we're smart.
Exactly. Oh, and it says that because it's saying this does not say that you're the smartest country in the world. No. Doesn't say that it's the best. It doesn't say that this isn't about who has the better education. Just the education that is supplied for each country. The citizens in these countries have the highest amount.
You know why, though? Number 1, our education that is supplied to us is shit. So the fact that we have the most of it, that's like having the most fucking coronavirus. It means nothing. Our education that we're provided is crap. And the only reason we have a lot of it is because there's fucking nothing better to do when you're a kid here. If there was, like, nobody skipped school, because what's the point? It's fucking cold out, and there's nowhere to go. So we all got our education just because, fuck, why not?
Yeah.
If there was something cooler in Canada to do, we all would have done it. But we didn't. We went and got... But saying, like, we got the most of our education, what the fuck? That means, like...
Find somebody who graduated college or university and is working in that field. Find me that person.
There's hardly anybody. Guaranteed.
No.
And those numbers are probably getting smaller every single year.
That's
but you can skew those because to do this, then Burkina Faso goes and they say, okay, if you learn the alphabet, that's the highest level of education we offer. And then they go and they spend a year teaching everybody in the country the fucking alphabet. Then they win this competition next year.
Yeah,
because they've got the highest level of education. Like when I start my country on my garbage island. And the highest level of education is 11D. And I'll explain that when you get there. 11DH for the graduates, but none of you are going to even make it there, so don't even worry about it. But then I will win that. And there's only going to be like 6 people living there. But they will all have the highest level of education because I will make it mandatory for citizenship.
Damn it, I'm never going to be able to be a citizen. I fail every test.
I think you'll be able to. If you fail the written exam, you'll make it up on the practical.
Okay, cool. By the way, this education also includes both theoretical programs leading to advanced research or high-skill professions, such as medicine or more vocational programs leading to the labor market.
Yeah, whatever.
So it covers pretty much the gauntlet of any form of learning.
Yeah. So you did the best in your shop class. You did the best in theoretical learning. I don't think that should be a job, and I don't think that should be a thing we encourage people to do. I really don't. In this day, like, theoretical physicists and shit, they just study shit that's not real, and then they go, oh, I know how time travel works. No, you fucking don't. None of it's real. Your job is fake, and you study fake shit for a living. Like, that's just, I don't think we should be encouraging that. And I get that out of every 150,000 of these kids, one of them will be a Stephen Hawking's. But 149,999,999 of them are just going to be fucking idiots who never discover anything.
You know, I would love to attempt to argue that with you, but I really can't, because it's just not possible.
What's left to discover, really? What do you, there's nothing. And they just come up with stupid shit that makes no sense anyway. Fuck this. So just taking away from what I had that's important. Like their answer when they said they couldn't figure out why when they added up mass and they added up matter in space, it didn't add up. So instead of actually fucking exploring it, they came up with antimatter. Oh, it must just be antimatter. What does that mean? It's matter you can't see or detect. But it fucking makes our math right. Oh, yeah.
It's our equation that we just fucked up.
We'll just have to take your word for it. Hey, how big was that asteroid again? Yeah, that's what I thought. Fuck you and your math.
Fucking.
We're just supposed to take what's antimatter? Oh, it's this matter you can't detect, you can't see, we don't even know it's there, but balances the book, so we all agree it's cool.
You can't prove it.
No, we can't prove it, and if we try, the universe will literally collapse in on itself.
But we're telling you, it exists.
They built that big fucking thing in CERN in Switzerland. It's like, we got this thing, it proves the Big Bang Theory, but if we use it, we'll destroy the universe. Maybe. We don't know.
Or
but
nothing happens. We don't know.
There is a chance the universe will implode on itself. So we can't prove anything, and we can't actually do anything to prove the shit we can't prove, because if we're right, we're all fucked. I want Neil deGrasse Tyson to come out and say that. Hey, if we actually tested any of our theories, we would destroy the universe, so that's better than climate change. I don't know. I don't think... Don't encourage your kids to become, like, theoretical anything. Get them to be a real thing.
Yeah.
Get them to figure out how to fix a car.
Yeah, how about that? I'm going to change the oil.
That's something you're always going to need. That's something that's always going to be a good job. Learn mechanics. You can always do it. Theoretical physicist, you lose your job, what the fuck? You can't even work at Wendy's.
Not only that, but if your job gets proven, now what do you do?
Then you're fucked.
Now you're out of a job.
Mechanics will always work. Get your kid to be a mechanic, not a theoretical anything, because that means unemployable every guy. It's bullshit, and it's expensive. You got to look at doctorate. What are you a doctor in? Oh, I'm a doctor in making shit up.
Guessing.
Well, then I am too. Like, that's the thing. How do you prove I'm not a theoretical physicist? That's how I identify now. Prove me wrong. Nobody knows enough to prove whether anything you're saying is fucking true. You can just be putting up letters and numbers and your big fucking equations. No one knows if they're real or not, so we just go, holy fuck, he's smart. We don't know. No one can challenge you on anything you say, so we just don't. We just let you do your thing and fucking make robots, and you have your stupid robot war fucking shows on TV, which is really all you guys do. But we don't, E equals blah, 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 with the fucking blah, 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 and the big, long, like, Goodwill Hunting style equations. Nobody knows that shit, and nobody cares, so we just go, yeah, you're smart, cool, go do something with it. What is it? I would like one theoretical physicist to come out and actually solve a fucking problem. That would be amazing. Like, something that matters. Don't solve, like, fucking prove that Pluto's not a planet. Who was giving a fuck about... Who was losing sleep over that?
Do you want to know how you know theoretical physicist bullshit is bullshit? Because The Simpsons did a whole thing where Homer came up with the theory of everything, and the equation that they put up on the board, which was literally just a whole random shit of bullcrap all over the board, turned out to be a theory.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure I could write one. I could write some smart fucking theory right now. Or what do they call it? Like a problem or whatever?
Probable theorem, I think.
Could come up with one right now and post it online and be like, mostly, I don't even know all the symbols they use. Where's that calculator? I can pull some fucking symbols off of and make this look like smart guy shit. But it doesn't solve anything. There's no like, oh my god, I did this equation and then I cured cancer. That's not how that works.
Black holes exist.
No one does an equation and solves a problem that matters in the world.
No.
Like, I've got the formula for climate change. This changes his back. That would be sick if they did that, but they don't.
No. They'll come up with a formula of what climate change is in the sense of E equals whatever. That's climate change.
Yeah.
Okay, how do we solve it? Well, we don't.
We don't solve stuff. We come up with the formulas.
That's all we do.
Solve problems. Don't do that. Don't do that thing. And that doesn't make you smart. I don't think you're smart. I think if you're there doing that shit and I know how to steal your wallet while you're doing that, then I'm the smart one and you're the fucking idiot. So if I could distract you and steal your identity while you're solving dark matter, I'm the smart one. And you're done.
We're creating antimatter. Oh.
All right.
Fuck.
We are way into the show. And I have shit. What do you have? You can throw one more at me because it sounds like you want to. Then we're moving on.
No, I'm done. I got nothing else.
You sure?
Mundane chores that take up your time and headspace, so they're bad for you. That's it. I got nothing.
Who would? Mundane? Well, yeah, of course. That's not news.
Yeah, they're apparently it's officially stated now. It is actually bad for you to do chores.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been saying that since I was 4.
Right. So is all lazy people. That's what happens.
Yeah, right.
Like, shut up.
No, chores are bad for you. So is moving and not eating chips. You know what? That's funny. That speaks to another larger problem in the universe that I won't get too far into it, but that's really where we become, where we shit on people who do stuff for a living. Like, that's not cool anymore. Fucking sitting around in an office doing nothing and coming up with some theory, that's respectable. But guys who do stuff with their hands and make things for the world, those guys get shit on. They're not respected. They're looked down upon now. It's like, even you fucking physicists need the building you work in. Well, guess who built that for you? Fucking respect.
That's right.
And it's we're at that point now where these fucking goddamn millennial motherfuckers have just made it. Chores are bad for you. Yeah, fucking manual labor is for monkeys. Like, no, fuck, manual labor used to be a good thing. When did work become a bad word? Work used to be a good thing. You worked hard and you felt good about yourself and you got respected for it and you got more stuff for it. Now you get shit on if you work for a living. It's a sick way the world is going, and I don't understand it. But you need us to fix your fucking expensive cars. You need us. You call a plumber. You call people to come, contractors to fix your house, and then behind your back, our backs, you fucking shit on us for actually working for a living. And now kids look at it like I saw it go that way. Like when I was a kid, they started pulling shop classes out of schools, and now
that's such a dumb idea.
Now it's just fucking like you wouldn't even imagine doing something like that. But guess what? It's still a person doing that shit. It's still a person fixing your car. It's not all robots yet. You guys haven't figured it out. So chores are not a bad thing. Chores are what make you fucking human. Chores are what you have to do. If we didn't all do our chores, we would have never evolved That's all that made us evolve was mundane fucking tasks. That's the key to the fucking universe.
Yeah. If you don't want to do chores, that's fine, but you'll be living, just be homeless and live in a pigsty. Because that's what you'll be doing.
That's when you die of disease. That's when coronavirus becomes a threat. It's because you sit around and you don't do any fucking chores. That's stupid. Yes, doing Monday, you know what? Working hard every day probably shortens your life. Fucking everything we need to survive probably knocks a couple years off the end. That's just, what do? Fucking sit in a bubble and cry about coronavirus.
Yeah.
That's why it's scary. I can see to you pasty fucks who've never been outside and worked a day in your life. Yeah, it's probably scary. I get it now. You're right. For you weak motherfuckers who've never done a chore, you've never had a sniffle, you've never put down your Xbox controller long enough to figure out what's going on around you. Yeah, the coronavirus might be bad for you. You're all the fucking peanut kid. Yeah, the peanut kid, coronavirus is scary. Because you have no immune system. Because you're a pasty fuck sitting in your dark apartment on your goddamn computer complaining about chores. I hate you.
Yeah.
I hate you all.
Yeah.
And I hope,
fully agree.
I'm going to send you to the Middle East.
I hope your worlds come crashing down on top of yourselves.
I want to ship you all to the Middle East. I don't want an asteroid to wipe you out. I'm just going to ship you over to the Middle East so Roger Waters can hate you.
That's amazing.
It's a long episode.
I'm enjoying it, though. This is one of the most fun I've had in an episode in a long time.
I'm glad to hear that. That's how I intended it, and it's going that way. And that pleases me. I wanted it to be like that, and I think the general tone of the show will change for a little while, because I'm getting back into pointing out things that are important and things that matter. And they are not physicists or Americans getting shot. Go shoot some theoretical physicists. Leave the black guys alone for a while and go to Harvard and fuck up some smart kids. That's my advice to police. I would like that. Wipe out the whole physics department. I'm not actively saying go kill people. I'm just, if you gotta shoot someone, if you're a cop and there's no black kids around, shoot a physicist. That's whatever.
Yeah, but the thing is they're impossible because they don't go outside.
That's true. It's not going to be easy. It's not like pegging off black people that are outside all the time. And easy. I'm not saying they're always outside and black, but you know what I mean. They're active. They do their fucking chores. That's why.
Yeah, because mom will kick the shit out of them if they don't.
Wow.
This is about to get really racist.
I have pissed off some people tonight. If I don't get an email tonight, then I win.
That just means we have to keep getting worse till we finally get one.
Apparently. I'm not even doing this on purpose. I stopped listening to me like 45 minutes ago. I don't even know what's going on over here. I got one of those adult coloring books. I've been just doing that. I even took the headphones out 20 minutes ago. I can't even hear you.
I unplugged the mic. I don't even know what's going on.
All right. I do want to move on to a couple things that are pretty monumental. Because there were a lot of monumental things have happened in British Columbia in the last week. Obviously, the biggest news, Uber and Lyft finally got cleared to operate in the Lower Mainland.
Really? I thought they were still fighting against that.
Well, they are still attempting to fight against it. Now, different municipalities have started fining drivers for. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a minute.
Eric came across a porn site.
No, it's just living with parents. So here's the thing. It's been allowed in British Columbia. It's now totally legal here. The government charges like 30 cents per ride. Like that's their cut because they got to get a cut. Now, Surrey is saying there's a $500 fine if you get caught operating within Surrey. Like they're trying to do little municipal things. I don't know why they're... Well, yes, I know why they're fighting it because taxi drivers are fucking the coronavirus of the planet. And here's the part that really bugs me, though. Because Uber and Lyft, they don't have a mandate to provide accessible vehicles for wheelchairs, etc. They don't have to do that. It's not part of their company.
Yeah.
All the taxi companies in the Lower Mainland have now said they won't provide accessible vehicles. If Uber doesn't have to, we don't have to. So they're pulling their wheelchair accessible vehicles off the road as in a way of protesting Uber and Lyft.
Good. Hit the most vulnerable. Attaboys.
Is that not fucking disgusting? Like, these goddamn idiots. If you don't like it, if your job is so now, first of all, you get less respect from me than teachers, all right? Because all these people, well, we have to pay this much before we make any money, and we don't own our cars. I mean, you fucking knew. You know. It's not like you learned this after the interview. You know this shit going into it. So quit whining. You knew what you were getting into. I have no sympathy for it. Like teachers, we need more money. Well, what the fuck did you think? You know, teachers have made the same money since the dawn of time. Shut the fuck up and do your job. And cab drivers, you do what you're getting into. If you don't like it, quit and go work for Uber. It's that easy. But now people have to rely on Handy Dart, which sucks. And you can't take a cab anymore. Like, what are you doing to the people who need you the most? To prove a point. And what's your point? That you're antiquated and shitty people. Whatever, get with the times. And Surrey's going to have to fucking suck it up and deal with it. I don't understand why this is such a fight. The most fucked up thing is the dude who invented Uber lives here.
He lives in Vancouver?
Yeah, he's from Vancouver.
Really?
The only city that's
that.
not allowed. The only city in the world where they don't have Uber. There's places in the world where they just ride Israeli dudes around and they have Uber.
I'm so on the fence with the whole Uber thing because, like, you have no idea who you're getting in the car with.
Yeah, same with a cab.
Well, yeah, but at least cabbies, they gotta pay usually a tremendous amount of money for their licensing, for this, for that, and it costs them a lot of money.
Exactly.
So you'd feel safer knowing that the guy have a huge financial investment in this, that he wants to not fucking rape and kill people.
See, I don't see that matters. And I think there would be if you looked at rapey cab driver stats, I bet they'd be the same whether they own their vehicle or they had to pay a lot. And they pay a shitty amount to drive.
In BC they paid, it's like, the one guy saying it's like $50,000.
Yeah, it's something crazy. It translates in the most recent number I heard is it translates into about $200 a day. So you got to make $200 before you make anything. Your first $200 is not yours. So whatever, go drive for Uber then and shut up. I don't care. You're right. You have no idea who you're getting in the car with, but I don't. Yeah, maybe cabbies are more safe. I don't think so. I've never heard a bad Uber driver story, like not like a horrific rapey one or whatever. There will be absolutely soon. Guaranteed that
There's
happens.
been a bunch. There's been a few of them where the guys have been directly already convicted, put in jail, and this is one of the things that started up about Uber, that they said that you guys need to do criminal background checks, which is why they put it in their policy, but they still don't do it.
Good. Who cares? Whatever. Good. They supply jobs to reformed people. No one else will. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm on the fence because I also don't agree with the fact of how much it costs to hop in a cab to go 6 fucking blocks. It shouldn't cost me $20 fucking to go 6 blocks.
No, exactly. And the cab service, I don't know about where you are, but here in Vancouver, like the lower mainland, the people who are fighting it the most are the shittiest fucking cab drivers on the goddamn planet.
Oh, like our cab drivers are nice here, but we only have like 6.
Yeah.
Like literally 6 cabs. That's all. That's it. That's what we got for 140,000 people. We got 6 fucking cabs.
I still like to play the game.
Up here, you got to wait a week.
I still like to pretend I'm a tourist because this legit happened to me when I first moved to Vancouver. I was fucking 19 years old. I had a job way the fuck out on Oak and 25th Street. And I got in a cab. I had no idea where Oak and 25th Street was. I'd never even heard of that before, but I had gotten a job there, so I hopped in a cab, and I was like, take me to Oak. And that dude took me around. It was like $75. And I was like, all right, I didn't know Vancouver enough to know that was shitty. And then I took a cab like 2 weeks later, and it was like $20. And I was like, motherfucker. And now I play the game. Or I will test cab drivers. I'll get in a cab, and I'll be like, I got to go here. Which way are you going to go? And they're like, oh, I'll do this. And I'll be like, fuck you, you're not doing that. And I know exactly where I'm going. I was lying.
You're going to go this way, motherfucker, and save me fucking $40.
Because they will, especially if you're going to the North Shore. And you're like, oh, take me to Cap Mall. And they start heading to fucking Second Narrows.
Yeah.
Oh, this way is faster. No, it fucking isn't.
See, I've always gotten really lucky when I was in BC. Like, when I first went to BC, like when I first moved out there, I hopped in, like, I got to the plane, I got in a cab. Because I just took a fucking cab from the airport right to my buddy's place. And he says, okay, he says, look, he says, there's like a few ways we can do this. He says, like, because he said, like, I know where you live here. I'm like, no. I said, look, I'm actually just moving here. He says, oh, cool. He goes, when was the last time you were here? I'm like, I was 12 years old. I said, so I don't know anything anymore. And so we had this great conversation as he starts his way back. And he says, well, there's a couple ways we goes, like, the straight direct line says will take us about whatever it was, like 45 or 50 minutes or whatever it is. He says, that's like the most direct sort of line. I'm like, okay. He says, we can take this other route, which I can take you over to this other bridge. We can go through this way. He goes, you're going to get a lot more, like a little basic, more of the scenery thing. I'm like, well, how long is that going to take? He says, I'm going to be honest. He goes, it's probably going to cost you an additional anywhere from $25 to like $35 on top of what it's already going to cost you. I'm like, well, I just said, well, fuck it. I don't care. Let's go scenic.
Yeah.
I ended up paying, I don't even remember. I think I paid like $80 for the whole trek. But we had a great time. We shot the shit. And we had a fucking great time. He even stopped at one point to show me at different spots. He's like, here, we'll just pulls over the side of the road. He goes, so this is Stanley Park and this is this. And
I like to test them. I'll just hop in a cab and be like, all right, buddy, straight up, how much it costs you to drive in circles all night? I just see them like trying to do the math in their head, like, oh, what is fucking yeah? And I'm like, no, I'm just fucking with you. I'm just going 3 blocks. Settle down.
It's too lazy to hurry the fuck up.
Or just hop in and be like, just drive, man. Just where are you going? I don't care. Just drive. Oh, I got red all over your seat. Fuck.
I've always wanted to do. I've never done that before. Just drive. Never done that.
Just drive. If the cops ask, I got in this cab 2 hours ago, right? Here's an extra 20. And just see what they do. And then they'd be like, oh, yeah, okay, no problem, sir. And then you're like, you're a bad human being.
You're a horrible fucking... No.
I don't even want to be in your cab. And I'm not paying. And I'm complaining to your boss.
Hey, just so you know...
Why would you do that? Because that's what I do. I'm a physicist.
Because I'm an asshole, too.
Uber.
Just so you know, Halifax, by the way, they've had 12 reported cases of sexual assault by cab drivers. It's in the last 4 years.
Yeah, that's Halifax, though.
That's just Halifax. 5 out of those 12 was in 2016 alone.
That's got nothing to do with their occupation, and people from Halifax are notoriously rapey. That's just a thing. Like, it doesn't matter. That doesn't mean anything to the cab industry or the Uber. Like, whatever job those guys were doing, they were going to rape somebody. So that it's just a Halifax. That's like the Halifax handshake, we call that.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Right,
one of the comments.
We're not just reading stuff, because I actually have stuff, and you're just finding shit on the internet now.
I know you do. I was just trying to get on this.
We're 2 hours in now anyway, so I'll save it for another night. We can't do more than 2 hours.
We sure can. Who cares? It's a live episode.
Yeah. Well, we got one more hour. We can only go 3 hours on a live episode. I don't see anybody listening live for 3 hours. If anyone's been out there that's been listening or has tuned in, send us a chat, text or phone call 604-655-9630. Send me an email. Rose McGowan is stupid at outlook.com. Tell me you listen to a whole 3 hour goddamn episode. So that was big fucking BC news. Uber is here and it's staying. Deal with it. The other news that I'm gonna say, I have very mixed feelings about this news. Because I never thought I would see the day. But John Horgan has officially conceded that the Trans Mountain Pipeline will go ahead. And
wow.
He has told First Nations groups to just respect that, and that's just what's happening now. That's pretty fucking monumental. He finally gave up, thank God. He said he would try every tool in the toolbox, and he fucking did, and none of them worked. The thing that I thought was shitty was he came out and this is a direct quote. He said, "This is a legitimate project that has massive benefits to BC, especially to Indigenous communities." Like, what the fuck? Now you're going to take credit for it, you piece of shit?
Against it this entire time, now he's taking credit.
Now it's a legitimate project with huge benefits to the province. Like, if you know that, why didn't you say that? Why have you wasted the last 2 years of my life, you fucking prick? But the fact is, they're not saying they support it, but they're letting it happen. So that should... Anything else now is up to Trudeau. He's got to do it or not do it, and then we know it's him now. So I thought that was pretty fucking huge.
Wow. That is... Wow. What a dick.
Yeah. And just to like get behind it, be like, woo, yeah. Well, I always thought it was a good project. Fuck you. Quit being such a fucking politician.
Stand by your fucking shit, you piece of fucking dirty underwear. Wow, I must be tired.
I would have a lot more respect for him if he had come out and he'd been like, "Well, this sucks. I like, there's nothing we can do, but I hate it, and I wish it wasn't happening." That would have been cool. I've been like, "All right, that's cool."
Yeah.
Now, I hope you get theoretical coronavirus.
Theoretical.
It's way worse than real coronavirus.
Oh, yeah, it definitely would be.
All right. I thought I was going to talk more about that. It's huge in my life. This whole fucking show has been about the pipeline since long before you came. I had pipeline episodes. That was like the majority of my episodes before Gord joined was pipeline, because that was when it was huge news. And I did a lot of episodes. You know what I did a lot of episodes on, ironically, at the beginning of this show as well, before Gord came along? Meghan Markle.
Really?
I had a lot of Meghan Markle episodes. Because the big debate was whether she was Canadian or American at the time. Nobody really knew.
No, I remember that whole thing.
There was a lot of Meghan Markle and a lot of fucking pipeline. And look how far we've come.
No, nobody, everybody hates her.
So, yeah, Meghan Markle hates her. I still like her. I don't care. I don't get it. I don't get why everyone cares so much. I know, like, royal watching is a thing, and people like the royals, and they want to... I don't give a shit. Really? Who cares? Let them go. Let them just be themselves. And I say, Harry, dye your fucking hair and get over it. Like, if you really want to be off the grid, then be off the grid. Yeah. You can't be, like, the artist formerly known as Prince Harry, and all day walking around going, I don't want the attention. Get off the key. Where are you going? Look at me. I don't want the attention.
You can't sit there and say, I don't want the attention, while you're standing in front of the media circus saying, I don't want the attention.
Exactly. And your wife definitely wants the attention. She misses acting. Why do you think she wanted to go to North America? You guys can live anywhere in the free world. She wants to go to fucking downtown east side of Vancouver. She picked that out of anywhere in the world. That says something about your woman right there. It's because she wants to act. You're going to be stuck in Vancouver or LA, no matter what. And she'll get some shitty job. I guarantee every producer in the world's coming at her right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Do a reality show. Fuck. I've gotten 2 casting calls this weekend. But you have to be part of a couple, and I'm not. $1,500 an episode for this one fucking wedding show. But you have to have a woman and be marrying her. You paid a lot of money for reality TV, which you have to audition for, and they do like a casting call, and they give you a script like that. How is this reality TV? If I go out and find some woman who wants to share $1,500 a day with me, and then we go and we get this part, is that reality?
No.
Reality
Nothing about
TV
that is reality.
Is the fakest fucking shit on TV. It's like
I think
Fox
the
News and
closest
then
ever
reality TV and then wrestling.
Yes, the closest we've ever had to reality TV was Jersey Shore, if it wasn't for the fact that those people don't actually exist.
None of them were from Jersey, and they weren't on a shore. No, we did have reality TV. We had our own fucking version of Survivor, and everyone got scurvy, and they had to fucking cancel it. It was like real Survivor. It was like, but they didn't like give them food supplements and stuff. Cops.
Go ahead.
Anyway, what were you saying? Sorry.
Well, the Discovery Channel did this show years ago. I think I've talked about this before. They did this show where they tried to figure out, could people survive in a post-apocalyptic style life, like if the world fucking sort of ended because of a disease. So they took a group of X many people, separated them, and they literally just said, okay, go. You have only what you have on you, and they weren't allowed to bring anything with them. So they literally have nothing, and they got to find food, shelter, security, all the medical and everything else. The only conditions that the group were told was that anytime you meet somebody, anytime you run into somebody like that's on their own or whatever else, they have to be quarantined for 24 hours. So you have to have a separate little quarantine thing to put them in case they show signs of the illness. And the show was done so well that, like, literally while they were doing the show and everything, people would show up in masks and kidnap people. Because, like, that's the shit that would fucking happen in reality. If they see that there's a group of people, somebody would be they're kidnapping, because that's what people suck. It was amazing. It was the greatest show ever. I fucking loved it.
I always like After Humans. That's a fun one, and they're rerunning that now. Like, what would happen if all the humans wiped out? Like, how long would it take the Earth to return to its natural state? And they do actual models of like what would happen. Like, first the electrical grid would fail, and then the water systems would fail, and then the water would start flowing naturally again. And it was like within a couple of 100 years, the Earth started really repairing itself.
Yeah, it wouldn't take necessarily that long.
With us not upgrading our systems and taking care of them and stuff. It's a fascinating show. Really neat to see. I'm not looking forward to it. What would happen to the Earth if there were no humans around? It would be fucking boring and stupid. That's what would happen.
There would be a lot of more insects.
That is true. And
that show they was talking about is called The Colony. That's what they called it.
The Colony. I'll have to check that out. That actually sounds fun.
It was awesome.
As long as, like, anything like that is interesting to me until you bring zombies into it, and then I fucking tune right the fuck out.
No, they didn't do that necessarily.
Zombies are stupid, and it's never going to happen, and I don't even entertain the conversation ever. And that's when I get bored as shit. As soon as you say zombie, I'm like, fuck it.
Oh, same thing. fucking hate all zombie stuff. They're fucking stupid.
It can't happen. It's a stupid thought. It's a. I hate. I don't know. Some things that are so far fetched that I don't know why. I just can't wrap my mind around them. Like, because they're just so too stupid. And zombie, I don't know why it became popular, and I don't know why people believe it's possible, or because again, it's smart people who subscribe to something idiotic. I don't get why they do, because it's stupid, and just think about it, and it's stupid.
Yeah.
There you go. That's my. I know that wasn't very eloquent. You're getting tired, I can tell.
I haven't. Yeah, I'm always tired. Doesn't matter.
Zombie stuff is stupid and it bores me. Don't get it. But I would like to see like a world after like a Holocaust, or not a Holocaust, like nuclear fallout or a disease or whatever.
Holocaust.
Well, I meant like nuclear Holocaust. Like, but like you don't just get that word just doesn't cancel out now. You can't just you can't say that word. No, it's a legitimate fucking word. I don't mean like the Holocaust. I mean. It's not like there could just be one Holocaust and then that's it. You're not allowed to use that word anymore. The nuclear Holocaust is a thing.
That you can say. But you can't just say Holocaust.
Yeah, but that's stupid. Fuck you. They're my words, too. I can say whatever I want. That's dumb. Like, they just get that word now. That's just... Fuck off. No, you don't. You don't just get... That's not just your word now.
Yep. Nobody else's.
There's certain words you can do that with, all right? So I don't want black people freaking out on me. Yeah, I know you have a word that I can't use. I get it. Holocaust isn't not the same. Like, if we were playing Scrabble together and I had IGGER on my little, and I might think twice before playing that, right?
That's what I'm playing with.
I'm like, can I play this word? Am I allowed? Like, double word score, but I don't know. Am I going to get killed? But Holocaust, I'll play every time. I don't. Holocaust, I will play.
Play it proud, too.
I will, too. And I'll
Holocaust,
just be like,
motherfucker.
boom. That shit is fire.
I'll slam that down like a domino.
That shit is lit. Lit. I can't get into lit. And I can't get into fire. Fire is the new sick.
Fire is the new sick?
Yeah, did you know that? Shit's fire now. Everything's fire. Nothing's sick anymore. Nothing's dope.
It's fire? It's
so fire. Dumb. Or it's lit.
Lit, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
That shit is not fire. Yeah, fire's the one. I heard fucking Billie Eilish say it last night, and I was like, if she says it, then I know it's legit. I know some people try to fuck with me and they'll be like, hey, say this word, it's cool now. And then I walk around and saying it like a bonehead and then everyone laughs at me. But now I just look, if Billie Eilish says it, I know it's in.
It's solid.
And she got like 5, she won all the Grammys. Nobody else won a Grammy this year. They all went to her. They said, don't even bother coming. Billie Eilish gets all the Grammys. You guys all fucking go write better music. And she got them all, and there's a picture of her posing and she's holding all of them and she's like, this is fire.
She was actually said that she didn't want to win because she thinks that once you win Grammys it actually destroys your credibility because now you think you have to live up to an unrealistic expectation instead of just releasing stuff that you would just release because that's what you feel like doing.
Billy, you're doing it right. Everybody knows the Grammys are based on record sales. Don't fucking kid yourself. No one's holding you to any standard. You sold more than everybody else. And as well, you should. Your album's good. I like it a lot. It's a great record. But there's no, like, nothing changes. Just do what you do. Pearl Jam's got a couple Grammys.
I'm sure most people do.
Keep doing what you're doing. You got at least one more good album in you. And then you're going to be 20, and you're going to want to do something different. I could see you going kind of Fiona Apple route. I hope you don't, but I love Fiona Apple, but I don't think you're that. But Just like Billie Eilish, if you happen to listen to episode 187 of this podcast, so you know I'm talking to you right now. Just don't. You're wrong. Nobody cares about the Grammys. Nobody gives a shit about the Grammys except for people at the Grammys. It's such a just like masturbatory award. Like it's just people jerking themselves off. That's all it is. Nobody cares. Real.
That's what they loved about Eminem. When he called out about the Grammy, you think I give a damn about a Grammy?
Yeah, no.
Half you people can't even stomach it, let alone stand me.
Anyone with any sort of like, just write your music and don't worry about. Nobody cares about Grammys. Awards, People's Choice Awards are cool. Those are the ones that matter. Where people fucking it used to be check a thing in a magazine. Now it's probably online or whatever. Those are the ones that matter. When your fans give you an award, accept that and be happy and celebrate it. When you get a fucking Grammy, whatever, throw it on your, like, use it to prop up furniture. It's nothing. Go write your music.
Yeah, it's your door opener, your door stopper.
Keep doing what you're doing because you're doing it great. You're good shit. I like the way you sing. And I like her whole thing. I like the baggy clothes and shit. I like what she's trying to do there. It's a good message.
I know nothing about this girl. Nothing.
She purposely wears like sort of androgynous, really baggy clothes, so that you're focused on her music and not her body. Which nobody should be focused on her body anyway. She's fucking 17. What are you doing, you fucking perverts?
Is that how old she is now?
No, she's 18 now, I think.
18, she's still old.
Youngest ever to win all 5 Grammys, like the 5 big ones. Best album, best artist, whatever she won this weekend. She's the youngest one ever to do that. I would have thought like Michael Jackson or something, but nope.
Look at that, yeah, born 2001. Holy fuck.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? But she's cool. I like her. Anyway. On this music subject, Grammys are stupid.
Yeah.
That's not what I want to end the show on, but I have one more topic before we go, and it's very important to me, and maybe Billie Eilish, if you're listening, you could weigh in on this. There's an album coming out March 27th. It's kind of a big deal. The new single was released last week. Maybe a little earlier. It might be 2 weeks now this single's been getting regular play. It is called Dance of the Clairvoyants. First new single in 4 years from this particular band. It's getting massively good reviews. Everyone is saying it's just an amazing thing, and it's such a great comeback. And I think it's a piece of shit, and I hate my guts right now because it's the new song by Pearl Jam. The new album, March 27th. Very exciting. Could be a great record. I have no idea, but this new song is fucking terrible.
Really, eh?
It's kind of quirky, kind of like what are they called? Talking Heads, sort of.
Well, that explains it because when I was looking it up, it literally comes up listed as new wave.
Yeah, there's no real guitar in it. Like, there's no McCready wanking. There's nothing impressive. I think lyrically it's fairly weak. Really disappointing song. I heard it. I made special time for myself. Like, I waited. I knew it had been out for days, but I waited till I was alone in a quiet place where no one would fucking bug me. And because listening to Pearl Jam is like a big thing for me.
Huge.
And I was so thoroughly let down that I went and listened to Blink-182 immediately. Just because I gotta, it's just like, you're looking for, oh, that tasted disgusting. Where's some water? Give me some fucking water. And you just grab like milk instead. That's what I was doing. Just give me anything to get this fucking taste out of my mouth. So I need someone, Gord. I know you're not a fan, so you don't care. But I would like someone to give me an opinion on this because
I'm listening as soon as we're done finished. I already got it queued up. We're gonna listen to it as soon as we hang up.
I am really distraught about this. I think you'll be like, what the fuck? Because it's not your style of music, and it's a band you don't like. So you're just like, what are they doing? Like, the band I don't like got worse. Way to go, guys.
I love I love 10. I love that album. That's it.
I love
and that other one song.
Well, if you're looking for something that sounds just like 10, this could not be fucking farther from it.
Damn it.
This is like if a bunch of fucking Israeli theoretical physicists fucking tried to rewrite 10 using only mathematical problems in Lamborghini. I was trying to tie it all together at the end there. Didn't work, but it sucks is what I'm saying. It's not like 10.
31, it's got almost 1.2 million views. 31,000 like it, 2,000 do not.
Yeah. Well, that's always the way with Pearl Jam.
That's not bad.
This is the first time in my life I've never not liked their single.
I could see Buffalo Bill moisturizing to this song.
I'll give him that. That is accurate.
Now I want to hear it. Strip down naked, tuck the fucking boys underneath, and fucking dance around to it.
That's what I normally do, and that's what I did for this one, and it just didn't get me there. Anyway, it sucks. Maybe the album's great. I don't know.
Release the shittiest track and then slam them home with the rest of the next ones.
Could be. That's Maybe. Not generally how they do it, but like they're like the Rolling Stones of our generation. They don't really have to do anything. Like they could just fart onto a CD for 2 hours and people will pay for it.
Maybe that's what this is.
It's not far off.
This is Pearl Jam. This is Pearl Jam gas.
I was really disappointed. The singing is kind of like just whatever. It's like typical Eddie. Like he just kind of like. I don't know. It's not really him, and then when it finally gets him, you're just like, it's just him again. Like he's not really. He's just fucking phoning it in. I don't know. It better just be this song. It's the only song I was able to hear. I thought I got the whole album. I was all stoked, but no, it's just the one song. So that's it. I think we can wrap it up. That's a fucking long episode, and you sound like you're getting tired.
I am.
And we covered a lot of ground tonight.
And I swear to you, next episode, I'm going to be a little more quiet so you can get the shit off that you want to talk about.
Oh, no, it's all good. It's nothing important. It's just all the most important stuff in my province. But that's cool. Yeah. Everybody, join the Milton Talks group. It's a hoot. Don't comment on anything, but just join it, because that is the most fun you'll have on Facebook ever. That is my tip for you guys. And join the Eric and Gord group for people who like groups. It's a great place to group, talk about grouping, group all you want to group about. You can just whatever. It's a fun group. A lot of people post a lot of shit in there that I don't. But I don't care. You can post whatever you want because that's how our group groups. Like us on Facebook. Like Instagram. I'm trying to do the Instagram thing for real now. So go over to Instagram and do whatever the fuck you're supposed to do there. I don't even know how it works. But if you're supposed to like hashtag us something or like us or whatever, do that. Follow us on Instagram, I guess, or Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter at Eric_Gord. Facebook likes always go a long way. Go to Podchaser and leave a review. Would be awesome. Apple reviews are great. If you want to do that, cool. Fuck Apple, don't care. Go to Podchaser, leave us a review. Would be awesome. Start talking about us a lot. Would really help. If you guys like the show, tell people. That's a big deal. Tell your friends, listen to Eric and Gord. That means more to me than reviews. Like, if I wake up tomorrow and I have no reviews, but I got 100 new listeners, I'm pretty fucking pumped.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
So, tell your friends.
Call Joe Rogan and talk about us.
Definitely call Joe Rogan and talk about us, because one day this will be Eric and Gord and Joe. What if we're right, except for Joe? It's going to be an awesome, awesome show when he joins in as the third that we just make fun of. He's coming to Vancouver for 420, and he's doing a big thing at Rogers Arena.
I heard that. Yeah, he just announced that.
Yeah, it's already legal. Fuck off with your protest. So yeah, do all that. Don't go to our website because it's not there. Don't try. But go to Podchaser, and that's pretty cool. You can look us up. There's like a thing about us, and you just you can leave a review or a 5-star rating or whatever. I'm not telling you what star to leave. Just whatever you think is best. We are going to be back. I don't know. Are we back tomorrow? I think we are.
I don't. Sure. I don't know. Probably. I don't know. Probably.
If Gord doesn't want to be on the show tomorrow, I'll do one. I'll do a live one. You guys can call in and be my Gord. Fill in for Gord.
I already happened once and it went over well.
Yeah, that was fun. That was good. That was our live show. It went way too long, but we can't take it back because it's live, so I can't edit it up. That's it. That's just how it is. It was fun though. I'm glad we did it. I can't wait to do it again. Coronavirus isn't a thing. Fuck Trump. Fuck Apple. Be nice to each other. And until next time, take care of each other.
I'd say don't die of the coronavirus, but you won't. So fuck off.
You won't. Oh, fuck. I had another thing, too. Doesn't matter now.
Throw it in now.
We already signed off. We're done. Do you really want to stop broadcasting? Yes, I do.